Here's a great pre-qualification script that I want to share with you. I'm going to give you a quick run through. The script's actually going to be right here on the side so you can download it. But this is a pre-qual script so that when you're about to meet with somebody, if you want to get a little bit more information before the meeting, a little bit more, just I guess, commitment from them to decide if this is somebody that it would make sense to, go meet with or not, and find out if they're just somebody that's wasting your time and just trying to, sometimes people just want to get information from real estate agents, but they really have no interest in doing anything. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to call somebody and I'm going to do it typically the day before the meeting. And I'm going to start off I'll go right through the script here. It says, before I come out, there are a few questions I need to ask. Do you have 5 minutes? Okay, great. Just curious. What expectations do you have for me when I come out? And they may say, well, yeah, we just want you to take a look at the house and see what you think and kind of come up with what you think it's worth. And those are the types of answers you'll get. And then what I would do from there is say, okay, great. So now my expectations for the visit are, and give them whatever your expectations are. So for me, my expectations are I'm going to take a look at the house, and then I want to give you an accurate value based on the market conditions. And then I like you to list the house with us. That's my goal coming out. So it's threefold. Preview the house, give you an accurate assessment of value, and then get the opportunity to list your house. Is that okay with you? Okay, great. All right. And then the next question would be then, great. If what I say makes sense, you feel comfortable and confident I can sell your home, are you planning to list the house with me when I come out tomorrow? Yes or no? Okay. And you just check yes or no. Okay, great. Are you planning, and you don't even have to go into that. You can, it's up to you, but you don't really have to go into that. You could just say, okay, great. Are you planning to interview more than one agent for the job of selling your home, which is right here in the script? And they'll tell you yes or no. And then a follow-up question to that could be, okay, great. Just curious, who are you meeting with? And sometimes they'll tell you. And if they tell you, then that gives you an opportunity to go and gather some information on that other agent. A few years back, I would find out who they were meeting with. I'd pull all the other agents' numbers. I'd put them against my numbers. And then when I showed up, I could show that my team did a lot more business than most of the people. So in your case, that might not be your case, but you can always use your office numbers, brokerage number, et cetera. And then if you could tell me again, where you're moving to. I know they already probably told you on the first call, but again, this is just a way to get a little deeper into that motivation, really solidify that it's the real motivation. So again, can you tell me where you're moving? How soon do you need to be there? Again, these are kind of great rapport questions. What you want to do is mix up your tonality, your pace of the questions. It doesn't want to come off like an interrogation, right? Great. So just curious, when I see you, how much you want to list the house for? And some people will tell you, a lot of people will just say, well, yeah, I'm looking to see what you come up with for price. So if they say that, say great. If they say, well, ideally, and a lot of times people will say, well, you know what, I don't want to take less than like 350. Now you have a good idea of what their expectations are, right? The next point you want to make is, as a professional real estate agent, I study homes and prices every day. Therefore, I assume you'll list with me at a price that's going to cause the home to sell. And then what you want to do is pause and let them answer, because they'll say things like, well, no, if I don't get 350, then I'm not going to sell the house. So this gives you a great opportunity now to dig deep. Okay, so can you tell me what's important about 350, right? Or they may just say, yeah, if I feel comfortable and everything, yeah, I'll definitely list it at a price that's going to cause it to sell. Then there's another great follow-up question is if they say, no, I won't, I'm expecting X and that's it. And you can say, okay, great. Is there a price, like, let's just say, is there a price you just won't go below no matter what? So again, as you're going through this, you may deviate a little bit. Sometimes you can't follow it perfectly because you're talking to someone else on the other line and they may not go along, but what you want to do is you want to practice it and get familiar with it so you can kind of jump around a little bit if you have to. The next question is, how much do you own a property? Great question. Most people will tell you, and then sometimes if someone say, well, that's personal information. Okay, fine. That's cool. And then you can even just say, I could actually just go pull up the public record anyway, if you want, just let them know that it's easy enough to find out. have you ever thought about selling your property yourself? Great question, because if somebody is trying to just use you to get information, which for sale by owners will do, sometimes it'll come out in this question. So I love the question. And I know what's going on in your mind right now. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can ask all these questions. What if I lose the appointment? I don't want you to think about it as losing the appointment. I want you to reverse that. I want you to think about it as I don't want to go on an appointment that's a waste of my time. So that's the difference between playing to win instead of playing not to lose. So playing to win is I'm not going on an appointment unless it's as Joe Polish says, elf appointment, right? Easy, lucrative, fun. Makes sense. Good use of my time. Playing not to lose is like, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I get on this appointment, and I'll do anything to make sure I can get on this appointment and hope everything pans out. That's not a good strategy. It's not a confident strategy. A couple more questions. Have you ever thought about selling yourself? I asked that one. You want to find out. Will you help finance the home for a buyer, or do you want to cash out? Creative, clever question. 9 out of 10 people are going to say cash out. Yep, I don't want to deal with financing, just want to cash out. Perfect. What you're presupposing there is we're gonna get you a cash offer, or we're gonna get you cashed out, right? They like that. The next question, 11. Please describe the home for me. You're just looking for like kitchen, roof, conditions, things like that. You don't have to go nuts with that, depending on who you're talking to. But also at the same time, that's an opportunity too to build a little more rapport. Let the person talk about their house. Next question is, I'll be sending over a packet of information. I just want to know, do you have a few minutes to take a look at it? Now, if you already sent the package, right, then you would just say, okay, great. I'm just curious, did you have a chance to take a look at the package of information I sent over? So again, you want to find out how committed this person is. Did they look at the information? The good thing about the packet is it answers a lot of your questions ahead of time, right? So you want to tell them that. The good thing about the packet is it's going to help our appointment, because it will probably answer some of your questions ahead of time. So, so you and I can, save time if we want to. Okay. The final, do you have any questions before I arrive? Sometimes they'll say, well, what's your commission or something like, great. That's a great question. Commission's actually negotiable, and we'll talk about that tomorrow when I come out. Okay. And then a smile. You always want to smile, even though you're on the phone, you smile, or Zoom. And then this is just more of a statement at the bottom. It says, our meeting should take anywhere between 5 and 25 minutes. Is that okay? And they're going to say, yeah, great, of course. And the reason being is, if you get there and the place is, I've literally walked in one door and out the other door. I'm like, unfortunately, sorry, I can't help you. I'm not going to waste any more time in the house, right? So it gives you the opportunity so that they know, and you're not going to be there for an hour. You're not going to be there for 2 hours. I mean, you may, depending on the seller, but it also gives you the opportunity, again, win-win. If I want to get out, I'm going to get out. And then you just end it with, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday, 5 o'clock, or whatever it is. And that's it. That's a pre-qual script. Super easy. What I would encourage you to do now is go find some role play partners and practice that script. Enjoy. And hey, don't forget to download it.